Yo, listen, this one is tough, man. So I'm gonna stream some thoughts about this, bro. Look, so we all know Gillie lost his son, all right, to a murder in Philly. Okay. Gillie's somebody who the community sees as, he taps in and he tries to, help develop men, I should say. You know what I mean? He's tapped in. I'm pretty sure he's a voice of reason, somebody who probably resolves a lot of issue, put money in a lot of people's pockets in Philly. You know what I mean? Tries to let the youth, gain a different perspective, a point of view on life, so they don't just see crime and gang culture as the only door for them. Gillie's of that cloth, he's of that stature. He's built himself to become that. And he has a show a while ago called $1 Million worth of game, right? And Wallow did about 20 some years in prison and came out and became successful. You know what I mean? And he has shun a lot of the things that people thought were cool, right? A lot of black men, we our way of dominating is destroying ourselves and other men. We see crime as a lifestyle to promote, because that's what taps into our manhood, right? You even hear women say, I can't date a dude if you don't got bodies. You know what I mean? You hear women say, oh, you never been in jail, you green. They don't want to mess with you. I need a thug. You hear our women say that, It's a lot of us, I'm not going to say women are the reason, but the women do raise the kids, so they do have a lot of influence on the kids, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's not about blaming anybody. It's just the fact of how things are, right? Everybody has some shared responsibility or accountability that should be taken from how we've all turned out to be, right? And us feeling like, yo, that's what makes us men. I feel like Wallow shuns that. Right now, here goes Gillie loses his son. Gillie's somebody who's not cooperating with police. He's anti-snitching. He stays with the code, right? So in this case, what should Gillie do with the path that he's taken to have black men see life differently and get black men out the hood? Does he cooperate with the police and help them in any way, shape, or form that he can to solve the murder? Because the streets is going to talk, right? And Gillie's going to have information. Should Gillie work with the police to solve this murder and do what needs to be done legally to the person who is guilty of his son's death? Or should Gillie take it to the streets and seek revenge the street way? I'm pretty sure he's going to be thinking about that a lot. When I saw the picture, it was Meek, Freeway, a bunch of people. They took a picture. It was on Wallow's page. And you could see Gillie's, like, his spirit damn near has left him. Like, he's going through it, right? But you can also see the demon also, that he's ready to do something. You know what I mean? So it made me think, because it's like you drive to I feel like he's at the fork of the road. So, and I think this is an important conversation to be had, right? Because it's not just about Gillie. It's about any black man who's raising their son the right way. You know what I mean? And the kids still tap in the streets and they get taken away. What do you do, especially when you have influence on the community and you will know who did what and what happened? Do you take vengeance in your own hand? Do you leave it to God? Or do you work with the police? What would be the outlook if Gillie worked with the police, right? And told black men in Philly, if you don't want to be a part of this criminal lifestyle, we have to get rid of these criminals who are taking the lives of our loved ones. And one of the ways we can do that is by letting the police know who is out here taking people's lives unnecessarily and just tormenting our neighborhoods. Because that could be the message that Gillie sends, If Gillie works with the police, it would change Philly, And Gillie, hand in hand with the cops, get the murderer arrested. Would the kids in Philly now be like, we not with that? And if we see you just kill an innocent bystander, we will work with the police to reduce crime in our neighborhood. It begs to have that conversation. Or keep it street, because you stand on code, or leave it to God and let God do what God wants. What do y'all think with all these options? What should Gillie do? And if he does any, what will be the outcome? Let me Let me know.